Market aggregate indices are concerned, still about 40 on the Sensex and about 20 odd points on the Nifties where we stand. On to the latest in the bitter boardroom battle between Tata Sons and Cyrus Mistry. Ratan Tata has formed a top team to deal with the ongoing issue. CNBC TV 18 was the first to break that story late last night. Arun Anandagiri is now joining in with more on the subject. Arun, good morning. Take it away. Just update us with the top team and what the top team is likely to tell Mr. Tata.
Right now, I would call it a war room, Prashant. It almost seems like one with, look at the big names who Mr. Tata has appointed in the chairman's office. Mr. Prasad Menon, he is the former managing director of Tata Power, Tata Chemicals. He's been called back from Hyderabad and he will be assigned to the office of the interim chairman, Mr. Ratan Tata. He's a long-time Tata veteran. Mr. N. Srinath, currently the CEO of Tata Teleservices, former managing director of Tata Communications. He's also be working with Mr. Tata in Mr. Tata's office. Extremely important given the context of Tata Docomo, of the Docomo litigation, the arbitration that happened, and then the courtroom battle and so on and so forth. So, and that has been in the news after Mr. Mistry's exit. It has been rumored as one of the reasons for his exit. It did not go well, and Mr. Mistry rebutted. He gave a statement saying that Mr. Tata and Tata Sons were always in the know of the strategy they were employing with regards to the Docomo litigation. So Mr. Srinath is very much in Mr. Tata's core team, and of course Mr. S. Ramudurai. He resigned as the vice chairman of the National Skill Development Agency just 48 hours ago. We reported the news. I think the resignation happened a few weeks back. I think we all know why that's happened now. He is going to play a pivotal role in this entire issue, battle, whatever you may want to call it. He is going to be advising Mr. Ratan Tata, and he's going to help him to deal with all these ongoing matters. So you have again an old Tata hand, former TCS vice chairman, very respected industry veteran, and is considered very loyal to Mr. Ratan Tata and very respected in Tata circles as well. So you have three big names, three respected names in the Tata group who will be advising Mr. Ratan Tata.
Right. Arun, looking at the people and the companies or the businesses these people formerly ran within the Tata group, can we kind of decipher in any way the change in strategy or the strategy that the Tatas might actually bring to the fight here?
Just like any corporate battle does, Prashant, every day you see something new. We had a statement from Mr. Mistry a couple of days ago on the Docomo issue. You had Mr. Ratan Tata's communication to the employees where he said that the decision to replace Mr. Mistry was necessary, and they're going to look at a world-class, a person with a world-class reputation to head the Tata group. So very difficult to say what sort of strategy they are going to employ, because you don't know what is going to happen today. Some of the things have taken both sides by surprise. So it's very difficult to guess what will happen. But I'm sure that the next 72 to 96 hours are going to be crucial. I think what Shireen and a few of our colleagues have been reporting on some of the boards, some of the directors, what are the positions they will take. You have the quarterly results, the half-yearly results in the next week or so. So the Tata Group companies will have to start meeting for those board meetings. Will Mr. Mistry be part of those board meetings? Will he chair some of those board meetings? These are questions to which right now, as of this moment, there are no answers. And we still do not know, Prashant, as to whether Mr. Mistry is going to file a court case, or whether he will go to the Company Law Tribunal, whether he will allege that there has been operation mismanagement of the minority shareholders. So these are things that we don't have an answer. We all thought that there would be a case last week. That did not materialize. We are midway into this week, and yet there has not been a case. Courts probably are on holiday in Mumbai, is what I'm told. Will next week will there be some escalation on the legal front? We do not know. So I think it's a waiting game right now. At least from the Tata Group, I think they're very clear that they do not want to get into a slugfest with Mr. Mistry. They feel that will be counterproductive. And somewhere there is a feeling, Prashant, that that's a bait, that every communication from Mr. Mistry, the people at the top of the Tata Group feel that's a bait to get them to get them into this
Sure.
charges, counter charges, again charges. So they do not want to get into that game, is what Tata Group are telling us. They say that they can rebut every charge, as they did in their statement. They said that if necessary, we will rebut all these charges at the appropriate forums at the right time. But they do not feel this is the right time to rebut any of the charges, allegations being made by Mr. Mistry. They would rather play a waiting game. They are still somehow holding out hope that Mr. Mistry will gracefully exit from some of these boards. One is not sure, going by the tenor of the communications in the last 48 hours, whether that's a hope that is not going to materialize.
By the way, Ekta, Arun, there's a difference, right? I mean, he's the chairman of a lot of these companies, chairman of the board of a lot of these companies. So one is not being the chairman anymore, which is possible. It's not that difficult, but him not being a director on the board of these companies, now that is a real tricky thing. I think Sandeep Parekh, who's a securities lawyer this morning, told us that requires a EGM, a letter to be sent to the shareholders, explicitly mentioning the reasons why he needs to be removed. And Mr. Mistry then has a chance to address the shareholders to take up the matter and explain why he's done a good job. So, Arun, thank you very much, and we'll keep coming back to you for more on the subject. But I think we have Harshvardhan Dole with us.
We in fact need to address CESC. This